Hello. Today we are going to make artistic topographic maps. I'm sorry, I think I just kicked the camera there. And we're going to do that on a black piece of paper. And you can see I did a rainbow color here, but you don't have to do rainbow. You could do a pattern of colors. However, it will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers of construction paper that you cut out. 7 layers. And you can make as many little islands as you like, so long as you fill the space. We want a little bit of the black negative space left, not a lot. So I have 2 nice little guys down here, and I'm going to put one big long one up here because I think that would look pretty cool. So the way we do that is we take what's going to be our top color. So since I'm doing this sort of rainbow color scheme, I'm going to use yellow. So I'm just going to flip my pile over now. Get that out of the way. I'm going to grab yellow, and I want to think about the length it's going to need to be to fill that space without making it big. I'm not going to draw the yellow as big as that space because this is my skinniest one. So I'm going to start by drawing a, let's see what would use the space the best. I'm going to draw kind of a long, awkward, maybe snake-like. I'll call it Snake Island. Okay, I'm going to draw that. And then I'm going to cut it out. And I like to keep it close to the edge so there's still all this other paper that can be used. And then I just simply cut out the general shape. It makes it easier to manipulate. Take my scissors, and I keep my scissors pointed mostly forward. And I turn the paper with my left hand because I'm right-handed, opposite if you're left-handed. And I cut it out following my pencil line. And you just want to cut right on top of that pencil line. Cut, 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 cut. There we go. I have my snake. And then I'm going to pick the next color in my pattern. So it's rainbow, so orange. And actually it might make more sense if I draw it right here on this edge. And I'm going to trace around it. However, I'm not tracing up to the edge. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch of space around my snaky fellow. And so I'm cutting, or excuse me, I'm drawing while holding him down with my left hand. And there we go. Okay. So I messed up a little in there, but that's okay. Again, cutting out. And same thing, I'm going to cut this shape out on the line, moving my scissors, not my hand. And from this point, I will speed up the video while I cut out the other 5 layers, because we are going to have 7 layers. All right, enjoy. Okay, I have my 7 pieces. Now you saw me kind of flipping them back and forth and trying to keep them in order because as I've learned from doing my other ones, I can get confused. So I want to remember what's my top and what's my bottom. And a good way to do that is perhaps to mark them as you go along. And if you can figure it out at the end, okay, but as you go along, you can put a little X for what's your back. And X marks the spot for glue. So this is going to save me some headaches because I started a video on this one and I realized I kept messing up, and I was like, I can't make a video of that. Okay, so these are the backs. They all have X's on it, and I'm ready to go to start gluing it on. So you could just start by gluing it to this and glue it down later, but I know this is where I want it to go, and I know I'm good with it, so I'm gonna get 4-ish pieces of cardboard little blocks, and they're gonna go around here. Now, because this is a longer one, I'm gonna back up because this actually just gets glued to the paper. I am losing my mind. I'm going to use a little bit of glue, a line around it, right enough there, and it doesn't take a lot. I'm not going to the edge because I don't want it to squeeze out. I'm going to then decide which way do I want it to go. I'm good with that, so I'm going to put it on, flatten it out. Okay, now the cardboard comes into play. I'm going to put some cardboard blocks on the back of this, strategically place them one towards the edge. Maybe I can find another nice longish one. That one's long. Put that there, and then I think I'm actually going to cut this guy in half. Boop. Put one towards that edge, put one towards that edge, and then I think that'll do. If it starts to sag, I can always squeeze in a few more. So now I'm going to do dot, dot, not a lot. Doesn't take much. The more glue you put, the longer it takes to dry. And we're going to pick up this guy, and we are going to attach him. So he's the contour of the island bottom, just a little bit smaller, and sometimes it changes. It's like the game of telephone. When you start a sentence at one end of a row of people, and by the time it gets to the last person, it's changed a little. That's okay, because I bet you that mountain that has height to it does not stay the same texture all the way up the side of the mountain. One dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. We don't need no glue slides like a mudslide on our topographic artistic map. Glue it on, line it up to the appropriate place. Okay, now I'm going to speed up the video and finish up these 4. All right, so there it is. Now it's your time to give this a go. Again, you're going to have 7 layers. You can do a rainbow theme. You can do patterns of different colors. You could have one island red and blue. You could have another island orange and purple. Whatever, it's your call. But you need to make sure to follow the procedures as I've shown them here, with starting with your small shape and then building it up by tracing, leaving about 1/4 of an inch and leaving minimal negative space. All right, have fun.